I'm Kevin Harrington, an original shark from Shark Tank. Lance Morgan teaches families how to pay for their children's college without sacrificing their retirement. And I recommend these unique strategies to save and pay for your kids' college education. And joining me today is the owner, Lance Morgan. And Lance, hey, thanks for being here today.
Hey, Lance Morgan here, and I am sure if you met us like most of our clients on the internet, you're probably a little skeptical. You're probably wondering, hey, what makes this guy different? All these people are saying that they can help me with my cost of college, and why should I listen to him? I get it. Hopefully, after this video, you will say what Kevin Harrington said from the Shark Tank when I met with him. He said,
I wish I knew you when I was going to college way back.
Okay, so hopefully after watching this, you will learn how to send any student to any school of their choice and still increase your retirement income using real estate. So in this short video, I introduce myself and how I created and why I created College Funding Secrets. So watch this short little video clip and you'll learn a little bit of the backstory, and then I'll play a video of some of the testimonials from some of our clients. And then hopefully after that, you'll feel better about how we can help you to help your kids go to any school of their choice without sacrificing your retirement. First of all, if you don't know who I am, if this is the first time you've been on one of our webinars, welcome. Thanks for joining us. My name is Lance Morgan, and there are 5 reasons why I'm so passionate about this topic. I've got 5 kids with my 2 oldest in college, and my little caboose, he's 9, so he's in 4th grade. And then I've got these 2 in the middle. They are in high school. And so I'm all over the board, from college to high school to middle school, or actually to elementary school. And so I know what it's like to be in your shoes. I know what it's like to feel the stress and worried about, how you're going to be able to help these kids, pay for college. I first got into this industry and focused on college funding about 10 years ago because my kids were getting closer to that age, and it was becoming real, right? It was becoming real. I was looking at these crazy, price tags of college, and the cost of college was skyrocketing. And that's when I really, focused on this particular topic. Just a little bit of quick backstory on myself. If you have never been on one of my webinars and you're wondering, who I am and what my background is, my first professional career was in the IT industry. I worked for a Microsoft partner out in Iowa, is where I lived at the time. And I actually switched to the financial services industry because I was very passionate about the topic of money and various financial strategies. However, that being said, and I got licensed, as you can tell, in 2006. So I first got licensed in the financial industry in 2006, but it wasn't the financial industry that taught me what I'm going to be sharing with you tonight. I just want to make that clear. My financial background in the traditional financial industry was not, helpful for what I'm going to teach you tonight. I used to do everything wrong, and I used to teach all of my clients how to do everything wrong as well. I had 529 accounts for all my kids. I was teaching my clients to use 529 accounts, and then I learned what I'm going to share with you tonight. And I obviously have been teaching that since. I actually learned most of what I'm going to share with you tonight going through a program called Circle of Wealth. I spent about a year going through this program where I learned a lot about financial strategies in general. As you can see from some of these icons, we learned a lot about real estate. We learned a lot about mortgages and just investing in the stock market in general. But a lot of it was about college, funding as well. I got certified in 2015 as what they call a certified master mentor. That was kind of the program that I went through. So just to kind of give you a little history there. And then in 2016 is when I decided to really focus on college. So I decided to focus on college, and my first company was College Funding Education, but then I didn't really love the name, and so I switched to College Funding Secrets in 2017, and that's the our current website today. So if you go to collegefundingsecrets.com, that is our main website. In 2018, I wrote this book called The Retirement Scholarship Strategy, and this book was about using, some different strategies of saving and paying for college. And then, of course, what I'm going to share with you tonight is the latest and greatest. We invested about $500,000 in a proprietary software program to help illustrate to our clients what I'm going to share with you on this webinar in 2022. Since then, we've shown over 2,000 families how to reduce the cost of college. 11 families today, 375 families in the last 30 days, and 569 families in the last 60 days. So it is, we have been helping a lot of people lately because this is such a hot topic. And so we put a lot of money and invested a lot of money into this software. I'm going to be using the software and some screenshots from the software in my webinar. And I am going to give you access to this software. It is normally $97 a month, but I'm going to give you free access to this software, lifetime access, free lifetime access to this software. And I'll tell you how you can get that at the end of the webinar. But just for being on the webinar and for booking a free call with us at the end, I'm going to show you how you can get this free software that will help you to implement everything that I'm going to share with you, because I don't want you to just learn what I'm going to share with you. I want you to implement it, and I want you to use our tool to be able to help you. Our mission as a company is to help high-income families use real estate to send any student to any school of their choice while still increasing their retirement income.
My name is Diane. I first met Lance in 2018 at his education funding webinars on Facebook.
I was on social media, I was on Facebook, and I saw Lance and he had an advertisement. I usually don't click on them, but I decided to take a look. I got him in, I was a little skeptical because, you know, there's so many ads on Facebook, social media, and you never really know what you're gonna get. So I had the normal hesitations that I'm sure yourself or normal people would have.
I met Lance Morgan when I used a strategy for college, to pay for college and get that money back in retirement. And I was obsessed with, why did I not know this existed before now?
Lance taught my family and I to implement strategies to pay for college.
These are principles about paying for college that I was completely unaware of. I'm not a novice, but I'm not an expert, but I definitely learned some things that I didn't know about. I didn't even know I should know, to be honest with you.
I am somebody who has made a ton of financial mistakes, right? Like everything from not saving enough money, not saving enough money for college, not investing.
I have learned more about finances, investing and so forth from him, and a couple of phone calls that I have in the past 25 years from my financial advisor.
We had 2 1-hour-long Zoom calls, and I can honestly say that in those 2 hours, he taught me more about how I can apply this to my own life than Purdue has taught me in 2.5 years at this point.
He explains things so clear and so thorough with his examples, and the live videos and diagrams are really helpful to understand some pretty complicated topics that have at least been complicated in the way they were explained in years prior by other people.
He shared with us a lot of valuable information that we cannot find readily available on the internet or anywhere else for that matter. We don't find many people telling us and sharing the kind of information Lance does.
Lance just puts them in ways that are just super easy to understand.
And I'm at the point where if somebody's got a good idea how to pay for this very expensive education better than what I know, I'm going to take a listen.
He breaks things down, explains things very well, really helps you to understand the ins and outs, shows visuals and so forth. So I'm always excited for my next call with him.
It's really communicated in a very effective way that you're able to retain the information. And Lance's style is fantastic. He basically makes the information so that everybody can really understand it. Not only his method of presenting it, but he's got really effective graphics that he talks to behind him that literally allow you to kind of connect the dots between the principles that he's saying and what makes them actually work by combining both of them together. So I found it actually very enjoyable, but also extremely informative. When I listened to the basic principles that Lance was sharing, I said, well, the details of this must be really interesting and beneficial.
Okay, so hopefully that was helpful to learn a little backstory. Now, if you would like to dive in and actually learn the first benefit, which is how high-income families can actually get free money for college using real estate, then go ahead and click this next video. There should be a link on your screen here somewhere to click on the next video and learn how you can actually use real estate to get free money for college.